have a confession to make. I've never once played a Grand Theft Auto game. Well, technically for about an hour. We'll get into it. I can already hear the collective gasps from around the internet. Sir, how do you call yourself a gamer? I don't know why you all sound like that in my head, but for this example you did, and then you're gonna be like, did you grow up under a rock? And I'll be like, no, this is Patrick. In my house, GTA was straight up the Voldemort of entertainment. It was the game that shall not be named, and if a title had a hint of pixelated criminal activity, a single choice word, or heaven forbid, a low-poly pixel lady of the night, then it was a one-way ticket to the trash bin. I was fundamentally terrified that my parents would find out that I even knew what Los Santos or Liberty City were. Worst of all, I actually don't think that my parents would have stopped me from getting it if I made up some sad excuse as to why it was rated M. For example, I had to convince my mom to buy me a Halo 2 copy by saying it was alien blood and not human, and that was the gore factor to rate it M, and it was half true. It was definitely half true, but well, all I'm gonna say is she bought it. This is the exact copy. To be honest, I don't feel bummed that I missed out running over virtual pedestrians in San Andreas, because while the rest of the world was hijacking cars and running from the cops, I was getting completely lost in different worlds. I became deeply, borderline, unhealthily obsessed with Pokemon, Oblivion, and really all of the Elder Scrolls. Ironically, I was stealing horses from the city guards, so not much of a difference. Stop right there! When I discovered Western RPGs, my brain literally melted, and that's a really bad thing to say because I would be dead. My brain exploded. That would also be dead. I lost... You get my point. Particularly when I booted up the game Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion. I traded the concept of carjacking for closing literal fiery gates of hell in Cyrodiil, which is honestly about as Christian a concept as playing Doom and destroying demons. Who needs a rocket launcher when you have a spell that turns your enemies into a roasted chicken? I didn't even have to hotwire a vehicle. I had my trusty steed that completely, utterly defied the laws of physics and could walk up a mountain vertically at almost 90 degrees as long as I spammed the jump button just fast enough. By the time Skyrim dropped in 2011, my identity was sealed. I was a full-blown open-world RPG nerd. I wanted lore, I wanted dragons, I wanted to steal every sweet roll there was in the entire vicinity, and absolutely worst of all, in between fights, I wanted to stop time, shove 80 potatoes, a couple of rolls of cheese, and maybe a potion or two in my stomach. Grand Theft Auto wasn't even on my radar. I did have one brief, fleeting moment where I actually did dip my toes into the devil's game, which is why I opened it up with technically. It was years later. Grand Theft Auto 5 had been out for a while, and the absolute cultural gravity that the game had just kind of broke my resolve. I gave it a shot. I knew I was older now. My parents weren't there to say no, get rid of that, we're taking the Xbox or whatever away. GTA Online was on Game Pass. A buddy of mine had a server to pull me into. Next thing you know, I'm cosplaying as a street sign, and I'm pretty sure a squirrel, and we were just trolling people in this open world that I really had fun, but there was no real direction for me, and because I hadn't played the story and gotten any attachment to the characters or understood the way that you ran was different from every other video game I had played until that point, that threw me off so bad. I literally had to remap the controllers on my Xbox controller just so I could think cohesively playing that game. I left the game installed for another few months before deleting it to make room for, I'm pretty sure, Gears of War 4 again, because it had been so long since I played it, I forgot if I hated it or loved it, like Halo 5. We all swear that game was trash, but was it really? I mean, yes, sorta, yeah, but like it deserved to resolve and finish that story. I think that could have done something, whereas Halo Infinite did not do any of that. This is not about Halo, this is about Grand Theft Auto. Anyways, that little chaotic moment in my life, it just kind of came and went, and the game didn't stick for me. But that does bring us to right now, where the entire world is losing its collective mind over Grand Theft Auto 6. GTA 6 is a tag that if you use it on a video, I feel like the video is guaranteed an extra couple of thousand views because people are just that excited for something about the game, and it's in everyone's feeds. The algorithm knows what the people want to eat. Even though I have zero nostalgic connection to this game or the franchise, I'm genuinely deeply hyped for it, and if you want to ask why, my answer in this case is because to look at it from a pure gaming perspective, this is big. GTA 5 originally came out in 2013, which means that it has essentially lived through 3 console generations. What we're looking at with GTA 6 is an unprecedented generational leap in gaming technologies. Even if you don't care about this franchise, which was me until about a month or two ago, admittedly, you cannot deny the gravity that it has and what it means for the gaming industry as a whole. If rumors are true, the level of detail that they are putting into this world is absolutely unhinged. As a Bethesda fan, I am fully conditioned to a certain level of let's call it charm.
16 times the detail.
I'm used to guards floating 3 feet above the ground, and I'm absolutely certain that at some point in every gameplay, a giant is going to kick me, and I'm going to go flying across the map with some ragdoll physics. But Rockstar is playing a completely different game here. The industry insider reports and teasers show they have built entirely new technologies just to handle ultra-realistic water physics, dynamic shattered glass, obviously jiggle physics, everybody knows about the jiggle physics, and completely just built the concept of a parallax interior. If you don't know what the parallax interior means, it means that when you look into a random skyscraper window from the street at night, you aren't looking into a flat, like a fake texture placeholder to look like there's a room behind it. You're looking into the actual room rendered in 3D. They're pouring billions of dollars into minor details that the majority of gamers will probably never conscientiously notice, but in doing so, they're going to single-handedly pull the graphical and technical standards of the entire gaming industry forward. Every open world developer is going to look at GTA 6 and realize they have to step up their game, except for Crimson Desert. They did a fantastic job. I stand by that. So why am I hyped for GTA 6 when I have not cared about these games literally at all up until this point? Because as a massive Elder Scrolls fan, I know exactly that flavor of anticipation. I know what it feels like. I know the absolute breathless excitement of waiting for a sequel that feels like a myth. I'm sitting here counting down the days for Elder Scrolls 6, constantly refreshing for the news pages, and chasing that high when I first stepped into Skyrim years ago. They're gonna get that again. Except GTA people. Elder Scrolls, we're still waiting. So when I see GTA fans who have been waiting for over a decade starved for a new entry, I don't see a franchise that I personally missed out on, but I do see a beautiful joy for gaming and the moments it brings to life, experiences and memories, friendships and betrayal, the art and the mischief. I know what it's like to want a world to return to so badly that it hurts, and I can only imagine the absolute euphoria players are gonna feel when they boot up GTA 6 for the first time. And this time around, I just don't want to sit on the sidelines. I don't want to look back and realize that I let another piece of gaming history pass me by because I didn't grow up with it. I want to jump into that chaos. I want to experience the new technology. I want to make memories in gaming with the rest of the gaming world all at the same time, because it is better late than never. Was GTA treated like the dark arts in your house too, or was that like a me thing? I'm really curious. Leave your comments below. If you would not mind to do me a solid, please leave a like in this video if you watched until the end. If you liked the video, you're already here, you probably did, because I don't usually make this kind of content. I make gaming comedy skit videos about gaming news and relatable gaming moments. This is just my way of kind of taking games that we love, games that we hate, and talking about them. This is one that I love. You know what they say.